everybody, welcome back to day 2 of Breakfast with Bob from Xterra Oak Mountain. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels Go Longer, HOKA Let's Fly, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Zoot Sports, the original triathlon brand, Premium Plus Sports, and of course our Challenge Athletes Foundation. Our next guest just got his first pro win at the White Lake Half. Elliot Bach joins us. Elliot, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's an honor. So your first win, that must have felt pretty good.
It felt pretty good. I've been doing triathlon. This is my 17th season doing it.
Really?
I've been pro 7, but I've been doing it 17 years.
17 years. How have we not crossed paths before?
I don't know. But hey, here we are.
I like it. Growing up, were we swimming, running?
A little of everything. My dad ran, so he did the Boston Marathon.
Oh, okay.
Some of my older siblings, so I'm one of 10 kids.
Wait. 10 kids?
There's 10 of us, yep. So there's
my God.
6 sisters and 3 brothers. And so, over the years, some of us have been into sports, some of us not.
Yes.
And at the age of 13, I did my first sprint. And I've been hooked ever since. I keep coming back.
10 kids. That's unbelievable. You don't hear much of that anymore.
Nope.
Somebody with 10 kids. Wow. And where'd you guys grow up?
I'm from East Texas, Marshall, Texas.
Okay.
Small little town.
Wow. So you guys were half the population.
Correct. Yes. Just about. Yep. Yes, sir.
Bach Streets, Bach Avenue.
We called it the compound where we live.
The compound.
Yep.
So dinner time must have been that's probably like the start of a swim.
It basically was.
Basically, everybody's crawling over everybody to get meals.
We'd be out and about. My mom would ring the dinner bell, and you better come running if you want to eat.
That is so cool. So when you have that type of upbringing where all the kids are just everybody's buddies and friends, and when you guys are having friends over, you got like 50 people in the backyard in about 2 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. We grew up it was about 25 acres, and everybody came to our house.
Of course.
You never knew if there was going to be 10 of us for dinner or 30. It was always just people
poor
everywhere.
Mom.
Yep.
Oh,
she's a saint.
She's got to be a saint. That's unbelievable. So when did you get into the whole multi-sport thing?
So I did my first one. It was either right before I turned 14 or when I was still 13. And some of my dad's friends, some older gentlemen, they had been around the triathlon scene. There was no kids doing it where I was from.
Right.
And so, they mentioned to me one day, and I had run. I'd done 5Ks and stuff.
Right.
And so I went to a local sprint. I think I got dead last, actually.
Okay.
But I got hooked. That was in East Texas, and then the very next year I went over to Dallas and did 7 sprints.
Ooh.
And just started slowly over the year. I got hooked from the very first one.
Right, you knew this was for you.
Since then I was like, I want to figure this out, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I absolutely love it, and I keep coming back for more.
And when did you find and I look at you, I see a lot of Onroad Tri.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yeah.
I see that. And so you started with Onroad?
I did, yep. So I started with the sprint distance, the Olympic, go to the age group nationals,
right.
age group worlds. And then when I decided I want to just start racing pro, I tried to go the draft legal route. I did 2 draft legal races. I was like,
the swim was not going to be there, right?
That is not for me. And so I quickly switched to 70.3.
Yes.
And pretty much since 2017.
Yes.
Pretty much all 70.3, and then the last couple years, I've started to kind of dabble in the full, trying to figure that one out.
And were you doing Xterra along with that?
No.
This is new.
This is newish. I've had a mountain bike for years,
right.
But it would just got to the local trail, and then 2019, when I came out here for the first time, one of my other sponsors, Go Green, he's into the off-road scene. He's like, hey, you should go try this off-road thing. And
yes.
So I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, well, it's swimming, biking, running. I know how to do those.
And you know how to ride a mountain bike.
And I know how to ride a mountain bike. So I came out here 2019, and I just loved it, the whole vibe.
Were you
Xterra.
racing pro at that point?
I was, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So I came out here. So 2019 was my first, and that was my first pro Xterra.
And how'd you do?
I ended up 4th. So
wow.
I was pretty excited with that.
That's very cool. And when I look at this year, like you said had your first win at the White Lake Half.
Yes, sir.
And then you were you've been here 5th in 2021.
Last time I was here was 5th. Yep.
Yep, and 4th in 2019. So they didn't have the race in 2020
Correct.
or 2022.
Yep.
And you're coming off of an 8:22 at Ironman Texas.
Yes, sir.
15th place.
Yes, sir.
So you're doing all of it. And last year, 10th at Ironman Des Moines, Ironman Texas, You were 29th, 950, not your. That's,
no, that was probably my worst Ironman in my career. But you know what?
I'm glad I mentioned it. So
we have to have, you know, they can't all be good, and you know, I'm still figuring it out.
Yes, but you know, you've had enough. When you look at 70.3 Waco in 19, you're sixth there, right?
That was a great one for me. Yep.
That's a good one for you, absolutely. And then you know, Cozumel 12th, 809. Is the 809 the PR?
Yes.
Oh,
and,
wait,
yes and no, because you know we swim with the current. So like
right.
I mean that's my fastest time, but I like to take, you know, Ironman Texas this year as you know, no assisted swim, none of that.
Right.
But that was still, yes, Cozumel was a good one for me as well.
When Texas was a really good field.
This year was very, very strong. So
Yes.
you know, I had a pretty good swim for where I usually am, and then I had my best bike for an Ironman bike, rode with a lot of the top guys there, and then my run, we're still figuring it out. So Texas, I was good for 17 miles, and then kind of fell off. But you know, I keep showing up, and we're gonna figure it out.
So, but besides that, you're also Leadville? You mentioned Leadville?
I did Leadville 100 mountain bike last year.
Okay.
Yep. I did that for Stages Cycling, so I work with them. So, you know, I went out there and did that, and I had no idea what I was getting into.
That thing's brutal.
It was
what 14,000 feet?
You go up, I think you start around 9, and you go up to 13 or 14. That was harder than an Ironman, honestly, from the Ironmans that I've done.
Absolutely, because you're not chained. The cool part about doing an Ironman is, you know, you're swimming along and you go, this is really fun, this is great, and this is getting boring, and then you're done.
Exactly.
Right, and you get a bike, and this is this is awesome, my neck's sore, my butt hurts, I'm done. And then I get to go stagger around on the run for a while. So you're changed, right? You can be hyperactive and do that type of stuff, and just change from one sport to another, one hurt to another.
Exactly. But no, with Leadville, it's the
same hurt.
It's game on for several hours.
Oh my God! How long did it take you?
I think it was 7:30ish for that. So
wait, did you get a buckle?
I did. I got the big buckle. But I'm going to go back this year. I've got unfinished business there.
So, but why not do Leadman as long as you're going to do the?
I don't want to run 100 miles. I got to figure out the marathon and the half first. You know, running 100 miles. You know, that'll be the silliest
thing in the world.
You know, I call myself still young. So we're gonna wait a long time.
Good idea.
Not gonna say I won't do it, but that's another lifetime.
So how do you balance Xterra, Road Tri, Leadville? I mean, you've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, so, you know, each year when I go to the people, my partners, everybody that I work with, like, I'm an on-road guy, and that's why I tell people, like, I'm 70.3 and I'm Ironman.
That's okay.
Like, that is where my focus is. That's where I'm trying to excel. But I like to change it up. Like, it keeps me enjoying. Like,
keeps it fresh.
I love what I do, but it keeps it fresh. You know, I just raced back-to-back halves the last 2 weekends, and now this week I'm here camping out in the woods, and I'm just it's more laid back, and I enjoy just kind of the change because you're still getting the training in, you know.
No question.
And
you're riding a heavier bike.
Exactly.
You're riding. Your bike handling is bike handling. It's going to help you in everything you do.
Right. And so I like to just do that, and then, you know, for Leadville, you know, a couple weeks before that, I'll kind of ride my mountain bike more. But, you know, for these, like, I just started riding my mountain bike this week for this race. Like, I don't ride it. You know, I do triathlon, like on-road. So I like the balance. It keeps it exciting.
And what do you like about this course?
I like, when I came here, I think they were saying it was one of the harder courses.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that hard. Like, for me,
it's fun, right?
It's fun. It's technical, then it's flat, then it's technical.
Camber, on camber, single track.
And you got Blood Rock out there. Like, everything flows really well here.
Right.
I mean, I enjoy it. Like, for me, when I came here the first time, when I was in the woods racing, I was like, I don't feel like I'm racing. Like, I was just like, I'm out riding in the woods having a blast.
Right.
And that is why I think I keep coming back to some of these Xterras.
Well, and it's probably a lot of times when you're sitting in the aero position for 180K, and you're going,
staring straight at,
okay, my gray matter is melting.
Exactly.
Here. And then you come here, and you can't take your eyes off a trail for 2 seconds.
No, this course is
down.
constantly changing.
Yeah.
No, this is one of the best courses I've done. I mean, I haven't done many Xterras. I've done a good bit of mountain biking, but the only other one I've done is Beaver Creek, and that's just kind of, you know, fire roads. This course, it keeps you on your toes the whole time. And
you don't have that much climbing, right?
I don't think so.
It's sort of short, steep.
Yeah, I mean, I know we have, I want to say maybe 2.5 on the back side of the course. We have where it kind of seems like a fire road.
Right.
It's pretty steep straight up, but then no, it's all cross country, rolling.
Right.
It's not a crazy hard course.
Is it being single track the way it is? It will be hard to get by people on the bike?
Yes and no. There's
Okay.
quite a few. We do hop out on some sections here where you can get around somebody, and some of these guys that are really good at this, if they want to get around you, they know how to get around. They don't. It doesn't matter how narrow it is; they're going to get around you.
What have you noticed a difference between going to an Xterra race and going to an Ironman? In terms of just the community, the personalities.
Everybody is so laid back here.
Yeah.
And that I think is what draws me to it. Like Ironman, it's just everything's so high strung, and I love it, but it's just go, go, go. Everything is always just so fine tuned. Whereas here, it's like I think the first time I raced here, I think we started a few minutes late because something wasn't ready, and it's like, hey guys, we're gonna start in a couple minutes, and it's like, it was awesome. And even the athlete, like, everybody is just here to have a good time.
Right. What I've noticed is if anything is a little different, like an Ironman race, so there might be some wind, it might be rainy, it might be this, it might be that. People are a little concerned.
Yes.
Where here, these guys are like, can you bring more rain?
Yeah, they're
that
like,
would be so nice.
Rain or shine, they're like, we are racing.
The routes will be a little wetter and more fun.
Yep,
You're
might
bringing
slip.
the fun quotient up.
Exactly.
Rather than, oh my God, you're challenging more with wind and heat, and it's sort of like it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a roller coaster. That's what it's about.
You never know what you're going to get in Xterra.
That is cool. So, did you surprise yourself the first time you came here and do so well?
I did. I don't know. I didn't know any of these Xterra guys, right?
Right, and they don't know you.
And they don't know me, so I was like, cool, we're going to go do this. And I ended up getting fourth, and I was pretty happy with that. And then when I came back the second year,
yes,
I started to know some of those guys, Bradley Weiss, a few of these guys,
yeah.
They do some on-road trying, they're really good. So I know these guys. And I was like, getting top 5 here is going to be hard. And then I did it. I was like, oh, okay, like, here we go. So, this year, I know this year is going to be.
This year now it's part of the World Cup.
Yeah, and I didn't know that till 2 days ago.
Oh, really? You're like, look at it. I keep hearing people speaking French and Italian.
I know.
What the heck's going on?
And so now I was like, okay, the who's who of Xterra, they've got some of those guys here. But, my plan is to have a good time. And, I think I can mix it up with them, and I can make some of those guys hurt.
So as a guy who does Leadville 100, are you doing the short track on Sunday? That'll
I
take
am.
Like 30 minutes, maybe?
I am. I have no idea what I'm getting into there, but we're here, so let's do it, right?
You're racing on Saturday. You go long course on Saturday, then you do the short course on Sunday.
Exactly.
And it's like you're going to get up and do something anyways.
Might as well come out here and race.
Race, yeah, and race some of the best guys on the planet.
Exactly.
You're going to find out pretty quickly where you stand in this group.
Definitely.
Right? Because this is you're looking at a lot of guys. You got all these Hall of Famers.
Right.
And you got guys who are in the Hall of Fame already, who are on the starting line. Josiah Middow, and these guys are.
He kicks my butt every time.
Right. He's 44 years old, and his son is 19, and he's on Podium Project. And
exactly.
He wants to kick your butt too.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's a very impressive list here of guys. But I'm stoked to be a part of it.
Do you have specific goals, or are you just like, hey, I just want to have fun?
I want to have fun, but I show up to every race.
Yes.
To win.
Of course.
You never know what's going to happen out there. I know I'm a pretty good swimmer. I'm a swimmer, a biker, a runner. So that's kind of how it goes down that way.
And being a swimmer, usually the Xterra guys aren't quite as good swimmers.
But they are learning how to swim.
They are. They're getting better.
But yeah, so I'm hoping to mix it up with those front guys. The plan is to be one of the first ones out of the water, and then make them catch me on the trail.
Exactly. And the nice thing is, when they catch you on the trail, using their line, since they have a little more experience in a mountain bike, is not a bad thing.
Well, the first time I raced here, Blood Rock, which is I would say the hardest part out here. The week of, I couldn't ride through it. I couldn't figure it out. Josiah caught me right at the top of it. I was like, no, you go through. And I followed his trail, and I cleared it and went right through.
Not a problem.
And so, yeah, when these top guys, when they catch me, as long as I can, I hang on, and I just, hold on and follow their line.
Well, you hang on to that guy, then you hang on to the next guy,
exactly.
You hang on to the next guy.
Yep.
Good for you, man.
Yep.
Such a treat to get to meet you.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is awesome.
10 kids. Now, what do all the siblings think about this? What sports are all the kids into?
Right now, I'm the only one that, so I do triathlon. I've got an older sister that I had 2 older sisters that did it with me for a while. Now they just run to kind of stay fit.
Yep.
I've got a brother that's kind of getting into CrossFit a little bit. But they're all, all 10 of us, we've all got our careers that we're in, and I'm the one that decided to stick with this and
And your career is coaching?
So yeah, so I'm a
Your other
triathlete,
career.
but my main career and what funds the majority of what I do is Next Gen Racing. Next Gen
Okay.
Coaching is my company that I started about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And so we've grown that, and so I mean I've got one of the other pros actually on the list. I coach him. He's out here racing with us.
Nice.
And so I've done that and grown that, and that's what has allowed me to do the sport. And we're up to over 40 athletes now on the team.
for you.
And we go around. That's where I get the joy out of this is, Gulf Coast last week we had, I think, 4 athletes racing. And then, around the country this week we have 10 athletes racing. And so, I've got an assistant coach, Mitch, and we've got another coach coming on board. And so that is what, we're building a community is what
Right.
we're doing.
Well, and there's no better community than this Xterra community.
Oh, absolutely.
And camping at the races.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little wet this week, but, we're making the best of it.
You doing tent or you doing?
Oh, I'm in a tent.
You're in a tent.
Yeah, we actually did bail one night this week, and we went to a hotel because the
Yeah.
rain got pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Even last night at about 9
last
o'clock,
night was pretty
it
bad.
was coming down.
But we sat it out.
Okay.
It's not been bad though. This is you're in the woods and you got to enjoy it and make the best of it.
Elliot, thanks so much for taking time.
Thank you.
A pleasure. Elliot Bach has been our guest again. We are at Xterra Oak Mountain. Hold on. We will be right